Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb, and welcome back to the first episode of Absolute Falcon Cinema in the new semester. I am glad to be back, and let's see what 2026 has to offer for this podcast. Since we are in the new year, I thought that I would stop and rank every single year of the 21st century according to movies and see which year from 2000 to 2025 was the best year for movies so far. Now, the list is going to be a little bit skewed because in front of me I have a list of the top 100 or the top 10, the top 10 most popular movies from each year according to the International Movie Database. And I'm going to go over each of these movies. And while I haven't seen all of these films, I'm going to be going over the ones I have seen and giving them a point system. I think I'm going to go 1 through 5 points. And I'm at the end of the whole podcast, I am going to tally up the points, and we are going to figure out which year from a movie's perspective is the most influential and is just all around the best year. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, starting off, we got the year 2000, the turn of the century. There were a lot of really good movies this year. Most notably, Gladiator. I really love that movie. Memento, which is Christopher Nolan's debut, big budget feature. He made a movie before that, but it wasn't on a high budget. Castaway, which is the most recent movie of this list that I've seen, and The Patriot. I've also seen those. So those are all the movies on this list that I have seen. There are some movies on here like Requiem for a Dream, American Psycho, Scary Movie, Aaron Brockovich, and Snatch that I haven't seen yet. But just for time's sake, I'm not really going to go over those. And also just because I haven't seen them. So first off with Gladiator, that is a phenomenal movie. I think it's really inspiring, the story and everything. I think I'm going to give that 4 points. So I'm going to tally up 4 points. And I think I'm going to give a 4 to Memento too. Memento is a fascinating movie in the way that it's structured and the way that the more you rewatch it, the more you get like, oh, like I see that's what's going on. And so there's a big rewatchability to it. And overall, it's just a great movie. Give that another 4. And for Castaway, I thought it was pretty good. The ending kind of struck me as a little bit odd, I guess, but seeing him like survive and like on this deserted island, I don't know. Some people that I've talked to that have seen it thought it was like boring, but I don't really see that. I'm gonna give it 3 points just for now. And The Patriots, I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I don't really have a really cohesive opinion on it. But I do remember really enjoying what I saw, you know? So I didn't, it's not that I didn't like it. I was just like, yeah, that was okay. So I think I am going to give that 3 points. So in total, the year 2000, I gave 14 points to, based on the movies on this list that I've seen. So we're gonna move on to 2001. And right off the bat, we got the first Lord of the Rings movie, the first Harry Potter movie, Spirited Away. So many phenomenal movies that are still really influential to this day. So, starting off with Lord of the Rings, I think I've already made it clear that Lord of the Rings are some of my favorite movies in a long time of all time. Especially if you know me, Lord of the Rings holds a special place in my heart. I'm gonna give that a full 5 points. And for the first Harry Potter movie, I think it's really good for its time. Like the casting, the cast of characters, the world building, it's all just so like fantastical and immense. And I really got to give props to Harry Potter. I'm gonna give that 4 points. Spirited Away is another one on here that is Hayao Miyazaki, and I love his films that he did with Studio Ghibli. Spirited Away, while it's not my favorite from him, I can still recognize that it's a remarkable, remarkable film. So I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that 4 points as well. Two, three, four, and Ocean's 11 is another one I've seen on this list. It's a really good movie. I think it's like maybe even one of the best heist movies ever made. Steven Soderbergh is such a immaculate director, and the pairing of George Clooney and Brad Pitt, just chef's kiss, perfect. I'm gonna give that. I think I'm gonna give that 5 points. And the last movie I've seen on this list is Shrek. I mean, it's a classic. Like, what can I say that hasn't already been said? It's a really good movie. It's the animation is super like ugly throughout the whole movie, but that's kind of like the point. It's a really unique artistic choice, and I don't know. It's just a good movie. I can't really do it justice. It's super good. I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give that 4. So 2001 is already way above 2000 with 22 points. Move on to 2002. Next up, we got Catch Me If You Can, which is just an amazing movie. One of my favorite Spielberg films, honestly. Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio, two of like the best actors working today. So I think I'll give Catch Me If You Can 4 points. It's really, really fun and really enjoyable movie. Next up, Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. The second movie came out a year after the first one. I'm gonna give that 5 points. It's Lord of the Rings. It's so good. All right. Let's see what else is on this list that I've seen. The second Harry Potter movie. I think it's like it's like on par with the first one. Really, really good world building. Cool CGI like that still mostly holds up today. Like, I mean, the character of Dobby kind of reminds me of Jar Jar, but like not in a bad way, you know? Like it's still like it's of its time, but it still holds up pretty well if you watch it today. So I think I'm gonna give Chamber of Secrets 3 points. It's on par with the original. Maybe not as good as the original, but like on par. Two, three. And the first Spider-Man movie is also on here. I think that's a really good movie. There's a certain sincerity to the Spider-Man trilogy, like the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, that is just really charming and really really heartwarming a lot of times, you know? And like when I saw that, I think I saw that for the first time last year, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give that 4 points. And there's a couple more. Born Identity, really, really cool spy movie. I think when I saw it, I was just kind of like, yeah, like whatever. Like I don't really know much or I haven't really seen many spy movies, so I don't really know. But um now when I'm looking back on it, I can acknowledge that it's very influential for its time. It established an entirely new like subgenre of like action thrillers with like the shaky cam. So the influence and just how entertaining it is, I feel like I'm gonna have to give it like at least a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. 3. And the last one on here that I've seen is Punch Drunk Love, which I think might be my favorite romance movie of all time. Paul Thomas Anderson, it's a really cool story. After he directed Magnolia, which is like a really long, like 3-hour epic, he decided to entirely pivot his entire career to collaborate with Adam Sandler. He wanted to make a really short 90-minute movie that's basically an Adam Sandler rom com. And I thought that was like a really inspiring choice to just like completely change things up and evolve. And I think that might be one of the reasons PTA is one of the greatest directors working right now, is because his constant evolution and his constant pushing of the medium. And Punch Drunk Love is like close to a perfect movie. Like it's really uplifting, really inspirational. I'm gonna give that 5. Okay, so 2002 has got 24. It's already in the lead. Okay, next 2003. Lord of the Rings, the third one, I'm gonna give that 5 stars. Obviously, first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, such a fun action movie. I think I might give that 4. Like it's really good. The first Kill Bill movie is also on here, and that is another like phenomenal action movie. A lot of great action movies came out today. I'm gonna give that another 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And School of Rock, which is Jack Black's collab with Richard Linklater, and that's just a charming and really fun movie to watch. I can't. I've only seen it once. I've got to rewatch it again. I know it. I can't wait to rewatch it again. I'm gonna give that 4 stars. 1, 2, 4, or 4 points. And Elf is a really good Christmas movie. Another one like School of Rock. That's just super funny. It's just super fun to watch. I think I'm gonna give that 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. And I keep saying stars. And Finding Nemo, which is just one of Pixar's best. Like, I don't think anybody can argue with me on that one. One of Pixar's best movies. Just such a remarkable achievement in their filmography. It's so good. What can I say that hasn't already been said? I think I'm gonna give that a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2003 is currently in the lead with 25 points. All right, next 2004. I have not seen a whole lot of these, but I have seen The Notebook. Notebook is an enjoyable movie, a really enjoyable romance. I'm gonna give that a 3. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, probably the best of probably the best of the Harry Potter franchise. Like it's just so masterfully filmed. It's so good. It's a masterpiece. I think I'm gonna give that 4 points. 2, 4. And I'm looking at the rest of this list. Oh, The Incredibles, obviously. It's like I think I like that even more than Finding Nemo. Incredibles is just brilliant. It's maybe one of, if not the greatest superhero movies like ever made. It's incredible. Like, what can I say that hasn't already been said? I'm gonna give that 5. 2004 is only shaping up to have 12 points. So sorry, Incredible. Sorry, Prisoner of Azkaban. You are in last place right now. 2005, Pride and Prejudice. I really like that movie. I think it's a really interesting romance in the way that you start off thinking like, oh, this is just going to be another typical romance, but then the film hits you with some of the most beautiful photography or some of the most beautiful cinematography you've ever seen. It's really incredible. I'm going to give Pride and Prejudice 4 points. Batman Begins, great movie. Christopher Nolan, I love Christopher Nolan. I feel like Batman Begins is probably the weakest of the trilogy simply because it doesn't really have many IMAX scenes, and I feel like the IMAX filming in general made Christopher Nolan a better director because the more he uses IMAX, the more the way he shoots a scene is more dynamic and way more grandiose. And Batman Begins doesn't really have a lot of that. So compared to the first two, not nearly as good, but still like worth watching for sure. I'm gonna give that 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And Chronicles of Narnia, the first one, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's a fun movie. It's a fun family movie and a really cool fantasy movie as well. I think I'm gonna give that 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And I think that is it for this year. Yeah, it's at 10. It's in last place. What do we have in the lead? 2003, I'm pretty sure. Now we're on to 2006. The Prestige, off the top of the bat, I'm going to give that 5 stars. Prestige is Christopher Nolan's most underrated film. It's so much fun. It's so cool. One of the best plot twists I've ever seen, like, period. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. I think it's a pretty good movie. It's I feel like the other two, this and At World's End, both of those aren't nearly as good as the first one, but still like just as fun, like arguably, you know? And so like honestly, Gore Verbinski directed the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I think he did a good job with each of them with what he had available. You know, he had some of the these are some of the most expensive movies of all time that we're talking about, and you can see it. You can see it in the CGI of Davy Jones and how it continues to look like astonishing even to this day. He really utilized the materials that he had with him to the fullest extent to create some of the coolest blockbusters, honestly, I've ever seen. So I'm gonna give Dead Man's Chest. Uh, should I do 3 or 4 points? I think I'm gonna go with 3 for now. Mission Impossible 3, I think I'm also going to give that 3 points. It's an enjoyable Mission Impossible movie. It doesn't compare to a lot of the later ones. The later ones are really cool. But it does have Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, which is, I think, without a doubt, the best Mission Impossible villain. He's just so creepy and he just like sinks into that role. It's such a good movie. Casino Royale, I'm going to give that 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason why is that, I mean, it's such a good movie. One of the best James Bond movies out there. Daniel Craig just fits into the role perfectly. It's just a really incredible debut for him. And Cars is the last one of this year. And Cars is, I mean, I have a really special connection to this trilogy. I grew up with the Cars movies as a kid, and I mean, I can't say enough about it. The original Cars for sure is just such a good movie. Such a good movie. I'm gonna give that 4 stars. Okay, and we're at 20 for 2006. 2007. Geez, I'm not super up to date with these. I mean, there's movies like There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men and Zodiac, and I haven't seen any of these, so I kind of feel bad skipping over them. But I just wanted to point out that there are a lot of movies in this year that people have said are really, really, really good that I just haven't checked out. Superbad, another one. But I'm going to start out with the Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I'm going to give that 3 stars, just like the second one. I think they're both on the kind of the same level. Next we got Ratatouille. I'm gonna give that's an easy 5 points right there. Ratatouille, it's a classic. Like, I don't have to say anything about it. It's so good. And the last one we got in here is Transformers, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't really like the first Transformers movie. I didn't really care enough to watch the rest of them. I have seen Bumblebee, and Bumblebee is a good one. And the animated movie that came out last year, Transformers One, is pretty good. But like both Bumblebee and One are like significantly better movies in my mind than the first one. It's very influential, so I'm gonna at least give it 2 points. But I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. 10 points for 2007. Oh, 2008. Incredibly stacked year. We're starting off with The Dark Knight, which is an easy 5 points for me. Really great movie. One of the best superheroes ever made. Like, I gotta say no more about this. Like, it's The Dark Knight. Everyone knows it. Iron Man, I'm gonna give that 3 points. I'm sure some people will disagree with me, but Iron Man, it's a good MCU movie. I just don't think it's a very great one. You know, it's very influential in the tone that the series will take. But I don't know. When rewatching it, I don't really get that much enjoyment out of it. Next up, Wall-E. Another easy 5. I mean, it's my favorite Pixar movie. I think it's one of the greatest animated movies of all time. It's really fun. Really, really fun movie. And I think nope, Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda, I'm going to give that 4 stars or 4 points. I keep saying points. I wish someone were here to stop me. But Kung Fu Panda, it's a classic. It's a great animated movie. Really, really, really fun time. Jack Black is just amazing. All right, we have Avatar. You guys are gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna put 1 point for Avatar. No, I'm gonna give it at least 2 points. The influence is there. I just think that the Avatar is all style and no substance. It's a horrible, horrible script, in my opinion. The story is just almost non-existent, and it just feels like a giant tech demo. I mean, I could go on hating Avatar for a long time, but I know some people like it, and it made so much money, and it started like the whole 3D craze again. But I don't know. I never really connected with it that much. So I'm gonna give it 2 points. 500 Days of Summer. People call this a rom com. I don't think it's a rom com. I think it's like a romantic tragedy. It's kind of painful to watch at some points, but it is really good. I'm gonna give that 3 points. What else is? Oh, Up. Oh, Up. Up is another five. I think Up is really good. Um, Again, with these Pixar movies, I feel like I don't really have to say a whole lot because it's like it's Pixar, it's Up, like everyone knows it. It's super good. And I think I'm gonna move on to 2010. We're in the 2010s now, and we're starting off really strong with Inception. That's a five for me. Inception is probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I know I complained with Batman Begins about how the lack of IMAX doesn't really make for a very entertaining movie, but I feel like Inception, with its lack of IMAX imagery, it makes up for it in its storytelling. I think Leonardo DiCaprio as the emotional core of the movie works way better than he has any right to. And while the movie has a lot of cliches and a lot of like lengthy exposition, it makes it fun and it makes it a investing experience. And it used to be one of my favorite movies of all time, so I could harp on its praises for so long. But yes, a really good movie. How to Train Your Dragon is on here next, and I think I'm gonna give that one 5 stars too. How to Train Your Dragon, such a cool animated movie. I think very influential. People are like mimicking elements of it to this day. So great. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. And I'm gonna give the first Percy Jackson movies on here too. I'm gonna give that like 1 point. I don't like that movie very much. I think that the lead actor is way too old for the story that they're adapting, and none of the visual effects are particularly interesting. It's just kind of a boring movie. Next, 2011. Whew. I think I've only seen one movie on this list, unfortunately. But that movie is Warrior. And Warrior is a very underrated movie. This year, besides the last Harry Potter movie came out, and I still haven't seen it. I'm really frustrated about that. But Warrior is one of the most underrated movies I've ever seen. Warrior is just such a phenomenal sports movie, and just it's so riveting too, seeing these like brothers like duke it out, or waiting for them to duke it out. Actually, the movie takes its time to establish all of the characters and set everything up at the beginning, and then later on it just continues to pay off everything, making for such a cathartic film. I'm going to give Warrior 5 points. It's really good. If y'all haven't seen Warrior yet, like go watch Warrior. That's like the most underrated movie I've ever seen, and I just wish more people would watch it. On to 2012, we got The Hunger Games. I'm gonna give Hunger Games 3 points. It's an enjoyable action movie. Django Unchained is next, and that is also really good. I'm gonna give that a I'm see, Django Unchained is so incredible. It's such a good movie. Um, I have mixed feelings about Tarantino though. I'm still gonna give it 4 points though, because it's really good. It's a really good movie. The Dark Knight Rises is up next, and I'm gonna give that also 4 points. Really great action movie, really great closer to the trilogy. It has its flaws, and I can understand them, but I find myself really enjoying it every time I watch it. So, yeah, my opinion, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And we have The Avengers. Honestly, I I don't want to slander Marvel too much because it was my childhood. I did grow up watching the Marvel movies, and I really enjoyed them. But the Avengers, the first Avengers at least, I don't think doesn't really hold up very well. I know how influential it is, so I'm at least going to give it 3 points. But I think that is it. That is it. And last but not least, Hobbit. Hobbit is pretty good. The first one, at least, is pretty good. I'm gonna give that also 3 points. Not nearly as bad as like the rest of the movies in the trilogy. All right, next up, 2013. I think I'm going to speed through these a little bit. Wolf of Wall Street. I haven't seen it. I don't know why I even said it. But Wolf of Wall Street, Prisoners, 12 Years a Slave. There's so many other like great movies that I still haven't seen that are on this list, and I feel bad about it. But Now You See Me, I'm gonna give that 3 points. Enjoyable movie. Hobbit, the second one, Desolation of Smog. I think that's the best in the trilogy. I'm gonna give that 3 points. And Frozen, I think another 3 points movie because it's Frozen. It's a fun movie. It's not my favorite Disney movie, but it's good. It's good. Next we have 2014, and oh boy, I'm looking at this list. This is a stacked year for movies. Starting right off the bat with Interstellar, I'm gonna give that an easy 5. Really great science fiction movie. Whiplash, I have mixed feelings on Whiplash, story wise, but movie wise, I can't deny its influence. I'm gonna give that 4 points. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think that's another 4 points there. Really enjoyable movie. John Wick, incredible action movie. I think that's another 4 points right there. It's really, really good. Looking through the rest. Kingsman. The first Kingsman movie is pretty underrated, honestly. Kingsman: The Secret Service. It's got the actor, Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton and I can't. And Samuel L. Jackson. And it's just a great action movie. It's really well filmed. I think I'm gonna give that 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and 2014 is probably the highest scoring 2010s year so far with 20 points. Next, we got 2015, and not seeing a whole lot on here. I am seeing Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight, I'm going to give that a 4. Hateful Eight's a really cool movie. And Mad Max Fury Road, easy 5. My favorite action movie of all time. And I think that's all I've seen on here. That's all I've seen. Sorry, Mad Max, you might not be winning this. Zootopia, starting off 2016. I like Zootopia. I'm going to give that 4. Arrival, I'm going to give that a 5. Another really, really great sci-fi movie. La La Land, that's another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, just La La Land. What can be said about La La Land? Everyone loves La La Land. It's really good. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I'm going to give that 4. I mean, probably Disney Star Wars' best film, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Split. I really like Split. I think that James McAvoy's like multifaceted performance is just so cool. It's so engrossing to watch, and it's also like M. Night Shyamalan's such a great director. And Split is definitely his scariest movie, but really, really good experience. I'm gonna give that 3 points. 1, 2, 3. No. I'm gonna give that 4. I think Split earned it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2016 takes top spot for 2010s with 22. Next, we got 2017, another really stacked year. We got It. I'm gonna give it 3 points. I think that's a really cool horror movie that is like super influential, the highest grossing horror movie of all time, I'm pretty sure, but just a good experience, like really, really good. I'm looking at Blade Runner 2049 and Get Out. I'm going to give both of those 5. And the reason why is, I mean, both movies are in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. Blade Runner 2049 is just a visually stunning movie that's just, despite its runtime, is just super engrossing. And Get Out is a lot shorter, but it's also like one of the greatest directorial debuts I've ever seen. Jordan Peele really hones it in and delivers like what is really close to a perfect movie. So all together, those are like 10 points right there. And the only other movie I've seen on here is Baby Driver. That's another 5. Baby Driver is so good. One of the coolest action movies in the way that the music is always syncing up with the action when you watch it. The editing is just phenomenal, the way that it matches the music, and the soundtrack itself is just so good. It's groovy, one of the best like mixtapes that has ever been assembled, in my opinion. Give that 5 stars. 1, 2, 5. Okay, on to 2018. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse starts us off, and that's an easy 5. Uh, it's really good. It's one of the most influential animated movies ever made. And it's a good time. It holds up super well. Infinity War is next to it. I think I'm gonna give that a 3. Um, no, wait, actually, I think I gave the first Avengers a 3. I'm gonna give, Infinity War a 4. Infinity War, I think, in my opinion, is the best Avengers movie. It's really, really good. Or it's a good time. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's a good time. Next up is Annihilation. I'm really tempted to give it a 5 because Annihilation is a movie that rarely ever escapes my mind. It, like, fascinated me when I first watched it, how, just unsettling, but also, like, beautiful the movie was. And I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it's one that I never cease to be just captivated by. But I think in terms of like horror movies, it's not perfect. I'm gonna give it 4. I'm gonna give it 4 here just from an objective lens. And I've also seen A Quiet Place, and A Quiet Place is pretty good. I'm gonna give that 3 right there. Another like really horror movie with a really really cool premise. Quiet Place, I've seen it really recently. The world building is really great, but I think it's just the way they films it, the way the director films it is a little bit stale at times. So I can't really give it like more than 3 stars, 3 points. 2019, Knives Out is starting it off, and Knives Out, I think I'm gonna give that 5. Knives Out is really really good. One of my favorite movies of all time. Parasite is up next. That's another 5. It's a stone cold classic. I think it's a masterpiece. Uh, really close to like Get Out. It's really close to a perfect movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is next. I'm gonna give that 3. It Chapter 2. I'm gonna give that a 2. It Chapter 2 is not as good as the first one. I'm gonna give that a 2. I still liked it the way that it paid everything off, but it's just kind of like it all over again, and it's longer. Avengers Endgame, overrated, 2 points. Um, I I I'll probably have some friends that are watching that are shocked at me being so dismissive about Endgame. But think about it. You're there for the final scene, the ending where Iron Man like snaps his fingers and it's the huge final battle. I'm sure that was a really cool experience when it came out, but watching it nowadays, it's just not that good of a movie. It's just kind of like your typical Marvel movie, except it's 3 hours and it's like, hey, remember this place? Remember how cool that was? So I don't know. It's kind of overrated in my mind. Little Women is up next, and that's a really good movie. I might even give that 5. I think I'm gonna give it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really empowering movie. Really inspirational movie as well. I like the way that Greta Gerwig took that story in a different direction from the other Little Women adaptations, in the way that she made the main character a little bit more independent, without sacrificing the narrative that well, or that much. So really impressive what they were able to do with that movie. Joker, I I've had time to think about Joker. It's a fascinating movie the way that people followed it for so long. But looking back on it now, the overall message of the movie, the overall vibe is pretty dated, very of its time. So Joker, I I will give it at least 3 points because I can appreciate the mastery of filmmaking on display and really just the whole scheme around its production. They basically snuck an art film into into like the mainstream studio industry because the Joker as a character is nothing like he's portrayed in this movie. The Joker is like a miserable loser sort of character. But in if you know in the comics, the Joker is a more like diabolical character whose past is usually like up for grabs. It's kind of like you don't really know where this guy came from. So I don't think this is a movie about Joker. I think this is a movie about Arthur Fleck. And what they do with Arthur Fleck's character is pretty fascinating. It's very of its time, though. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. I just wanted to explain Joker is such a fascinating film, and one that I think about often. But last but not least, we have 1917. And Honestly, this is 1917 is so good. I don't know about giving it 5 stars or 5 stars, 5 points because it's it's a war movie, and war movies aren't really my thing, so I'm kinda going against my own taste giving it 5, but, oh my gosh, the mastery of filmmaking on display is just so goddamn beautiful. Like, it's it's one shot, and the techniques they use, the direction of, cinematographer, the DOP, Roger Deakins, it's just so incredible. And 1917 is such a remarkable work of art. So I'm gonna give that 5. It's really, really good, really good. I think 2019 is in the lead so far with 30 points. 30 points. Let's see if anything can beat that. All right. 2020s. We're gonna do a little like speed run, speed up a little bit since it's more recent. Tenet, 3. I can't really do any higher because I know a lot of people don't like Tenet. I like Tenet, but as far as like its influence, it's not a super promising movie. And Hamilton is on this list apparently, just like the movie version. For the sake of like, I haven't seen any of the other movies on this list. I guess I'll give Hamilton a 4 because it's a good movie. But looks like 2020 is in last place in the whole list. I mean, who really could have guessed? It's 2020. Not a whole lot of great movies were coming out that year. But 2021, it took the rebound. Dune Part 1 is number 1. That's a 5. I love the Dune movies. Dune is such a cool world, such a cool universe, and Denis Villeneuve did it justice for sure. Really, really fun movie. Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm gonna give that a 4. It's a really cool movie. I think the first half is super messy, but the second half, like, just kind of like pays everything off. It earns its the whole like bringing back all the 3 Spider-Men. And yes, the way they took to get there, yeah, sure, it was a little messy, it was a little bumpy, but it ended up being just a really good time. Free Guy is up next, and oh boy, I haven't seen Free Guy in a while. Um, I have mixed feelings on it. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie, and Ryan Reynolds is not my favorite actor, but it's still a fun time. So I think I'm gonna give that a 3. And finally, No Time to Die, the most recent James Bond movie. I think it's good. I think it's a step up from its previous installment, Spectre. So I'm gonna give that 3. And I think the way they treated the ending was pretty cool too. It was really cool. The way they handled it. All right, 2022. First one here is Glass Onion. Glass Onion is such a good movie. I'm gonna give that's an easy 5 for sure. I know some people might disagree with me, but Glass Onion is just as good, if not better, than the first one. I maybe not if not better. I still say the first one is my favorite just because it's like the first one that I saw, and it was just such a mind blowing experience like the first time I saw it. But yeah, it's Glass Onion. Glass Onion's a good time. It's very rewatchable too. There's so many details that you catch up on that you didn't the first time. It's really fun. I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. I'm still really regretting that. But the Batman is next. That's another 5. Batman is such an artsy movie and another one of my favorites. I think that's the first movie I ever saw that really changed my perspective on cinema. Without going on too much of a tangent, it's really the first movie that I watched and considered it like, wow, that was more than just entertainment at this point. That was like a work of art. So I might be a little biased giving the Batman 5, but I still think it's a really well made movie for sure. Everything Everywhere All at Once is another 5. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a really fun time, really influential movie for sure. 2023, we are in the home stretch here. Oppenheimer is the first one. I'm gonna give that 4. Looking back on Oppenheimer, I can't say it's a perfect movie, but it is an enjoyable movie, and I've rewatched it quite a bit of times. And each time I've kind of liked it. I've kind of liked it a little bit less each time, but like not too much less. It's still a good movie. The Holdovers, on the other hand, I rewatched that over my holiday, and that's an easy 5. It's such a warm and comforting movie, despite the fact that all the characters are just like these broken people, these people that are like picking up the pieces of their lives, and the more that they start to connect with each other, the more it's just like it. The movie just feels like such a warm hug, and it's so incredible. It's also a pretty funny movie as well. Across the Spider Verse sequel to Into the Spider Verse, another 5. This movie's so good. I think I might prefer it over the original. It's really, really, really good. And finally, Dead Reckoning, the second Mission Impossible, or not the second Mission Impossible, the first part of the last couple Mission Impossible movies, and it's a fun time. It's a little too long for my liking, but I still really enjoyed it. I also didn't like how they killed off some of the characters. I didn't like that, but 3 because it's still an enjoyable movie. All right, 2024 is the next one, Life of Chuck. I'm gonna give that 4. I really like it. I think it's one of my favorite movies I saw last year, actually. But it's not a perfect movie. It speaks to me personally, and I take a lot away from it. But yeah, I'm gonna give it 4, just because it's not a perfect movie, but it's a movie that I really love. Wicked, the first Wicked, I'm gonna give that 3 because it's not perfect. It's not a perfect movie. I wish they had gone a little bit more extravagant with the color grading. A lot of the first half of the movie looks dull, but once you get to the second half, it gets better. And I feel like it really peaks with the ending, like Defying Gravity. Like that's an incredible piece of musical filmmaking, and it's pretty good. Dune Part 2, 5 stars. Again, I love the Dune movies. It's a great time. The Fall Guy is also a really good time. I think I'm gonna give that a 3 because it's a fun action movie. And Nosferatu is the last one on here that I have seen, and I'm gonna give that. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna give it a 5. I love Nosferatu. That's a metal Robert Eggers movie. It's really cool. And wrapping up with 2025, we have starting out the first movie I've seen on here, Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme is such a good movie. I'm gonna give that a 5. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, wow, yeah, that's definitely Timothy Chalamet's best performance, and definitely just it lives up to the hype that it's been getting for sure. Wake Up Dead Man, another 5. I think that Wake Up Dead Man is also like on the same level of Glass Onion and the first one. Like I think they're all just perfect whodunit movies. Maybe not perfect, but all just super incredible whodunit movies. They're all just masterpieces in their own rights, and they're all like different movies, but um they're anchored in Daniel Craig's like super whimsical performance, but the movies also tackle a lot of really like relevant themes. Like Wake Up Dead Man really tackles like religion and what that means in the 21st century. Glass Onion tackles like rich people and whether or not they should be trusted. And these movies are very timely, but I think that's why they mean so much to me. They're just overall they're really well made, and they're great movies. They're Ryan Johnson is like he does it like no other. And One Battle After Another, I think that's I've had mixed feelings about One Battle After Another, but I can recognize that it's such a well-made movie, and I can understand why it means so much to a lot of people. I'm gonna give that a 4, because personally, I don't like movies that tap too much into modern times. They kind of make me feel a little unsettled. But One Battle After Another is undoubtedly a really well made work of art, and that's why I give it some props. Next, Zootopia 2. I think I gave the first Zootopia 4 stars or 4 points. So I think I'm going to also give Zootopia 2 4 points. I honestly like it a little bit better than the original. It's a fun time. It's really fun, and I think the story is a lot more fleshed out, and the message is a little more subtle, and I like that. And last but definitely not least, Sinners, which I think also gonna give that one a 5. Such a phenomenal movie. I love it. I love it to death. It's so cool. So cool. Like if that I tell people a lot, Sinners is sums up the reason why I go see movies. Like it's so cathartic, it's so brilliant, it's such a fun experience too. And Yeah, I love it so much. So that wraps up this entire list. I'm gonna go over real quick and see some of the highlights. 2003 hit really hard with a 25. So did 2006 with a 20. And let me keep looking through. 2014 with a 20. 2016 with a 22. Um, 2019 with a 30, and let's see. Yes, 2024 had a 20, and 2025 had a 22. I might be a little bit of recency bias, but I think the clear winner here is 2019 is the best year in movies, according to my own opinion. I think the more you look at the list of films that came out this year, the more you will recognize that 2019 was a super stacked year, and there were hardly any misses. Like every single movie on this list, like even the ones I haven't seen, I've heard are just super incredible. Like you see the release order of all these movies, and it's like masterpiece after masterpiece. 2019 is just an incredible year for movies, and that is why I crown it the best year of the 21st century according to movies. That is all for this episode. I hope y'all had fun recounting all these movies and like hearing all of my thoughts on them. But I'm going to have to wrap it up. Until then, this has been some absolute Falcon Cinema. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care.